Good morning, everyone. This is the news for Thursday, July 17th. The Pillar reports that a Vatican priest convicted of possessing child pornography has resumed work in the Holy See's diplomatic service. Father Carlo Alberto Capella was sentenced in 2018 to 5 years in prison by a Vatican court for possession and distribution of the material. After completing his sentence, he was allowed to return to work in the Secretariat of State's office in 2023. Capella appeared on the Vatican's official diplomatic roster in 2025, prompting internal concern. He'd previously served in the Vatican's embassy in Washington before his arrest. People in the U.S. convicted of fentanyl-related crimes can now face harsher penalties. This is after President Trump signed a bill yesterday targeting fentanyl trafficking.
And illicit drugs decimated American communities and left us with the largest law enforcement challenge in our country's history.
Families impacted by the fentanyl crisis stood behind Trump at the White House bill signing ceremony. Trump said his administration has declared an all-out war against dealers and traffickers. The Halt All Lethal Trafficking of Fentanyl Act classifies all fentanyl-related substances as Schedule I drugs. That means harsher penalties for people convicted of fentanyl-related crimes. Speculation on the future of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell had Wall Street experiencing whiplash on Wednesday. Initial reports that Trump's firing of Powell seemed imminent came out during the morning trading, sparking a mini sell-off. But when Trump clarified that he had no plans to fire Powell, the markets quickly rebounded. The president has been highly critical of Powell's refusal to cut interest rates. The next rate decision comes at the end of this month. All three major indices were closed up yesterday. Israel is escalating its campaign in support of a group clashing with Syrian government forces. Israel's defense minister shared footage saying, quote, "The painful blows have begun," after carrying out a series of strikes on Damascus. The strikes come as part of Israel's support for the Druze, which is an Arab minority at the center of clashes with government loyalists. According to the Syrian Health Ministry, at least 13 people were injured in Wednesday's attacks. The judge in the Bryan Kohberger case will hear arguments over the gag order today. The non-dissemination order keeps anyone directly involved in the case from speaking about it. Kohberger recently pleaded guilty to the killing of 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. And parts of Alaska are no longer under a tsunami warning. The warning came after the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said a magnitude 7.3 earthquake hit the region. The quake struck 55 miles south of Sand Point, Alaska, which is over 700 miles southwest of Anchorage. That's the news. I'm Matthew Handley.